leneen li rox di gën di redoutewaat.
The consequences feared by the soul manifest in those who falsely claim a spiritual rank. Unlike the true possessor of this rank, who has the capability and spiritual preparation to overcome these trials, the illegitimate claimant will find their soul annihilated. What the soul fears most, and what justifies its fierce struggle within the human being, is the loss of its faith. Once belief in Allah vanishes from a person's soul, they drift away from places where divine light is radiated and where Allah is preached in truth. The soul then realizes that the body hosting it lost and has dragged it into ruin. At that moment, the soul cries out in distress, like a mourner wailing in grief. In His absolute justice, Allah answers its call. This justice justifies His question: is not Allah the most just of judges? And the universal response is Bala, of course. Allah then clarifies that the soul is not to blame for this state, but rather the human being who falsely claimed this rank through their body and tongue. To console the soul, Allah sends two angels who enter the human body unnoticed. Reaching the soul directly, they deliver this message: your Lord informs and assures you that the one who brought you to this state will enter hell. And when he suffers its torments, you will not feel it. Instead, Allah will transform you into a special substance that will burn this body from within. This is the unveiling regarding the immutable nature of the soul, which seeks only light, while the human body succumbs to its desires and condemns itself to the fire. But what happens to this innocent soul, which would burn alongside it? In His absolute justice, the Creator has considered the situation, for the soul has always yearned to draw closer to Him. Thus, it is the human body, misled by its lower desires, nafs, that bears the blame. Those who raised this question had forgotten that Allah had already resolved it during the person's lifetime. This judgment was decreed long before their passage into the hereafter. When the two angels intervene, they do not address the ego, nafs, the heart, or the mind. Only the soul concerns them. They reveal a message of comfort, for at that moment, the soul trembles bitterly in anguish. In this message, the angels inform the soul that its Lord will transform it into a substance of infernal combustion. These substances, by a divine secret, produce flames that scorch the damned. Thus, the soul will take revenge on the person. Upon hearing this, the soul is soothed and ceases its trembling. In summary, through this false claim, the soul realizes with certainty that the individual has dragged it from light into darkness. That is why it will take its revenge on the Day of Judgment. On their part, the Akhtab described this situation as a perfect illustration of Mahdi, the descent of the soul into the depths of its mystical activity. This functional level, where it once enjoyed all its mystical faculties between the unseen, ghaib, and the seen, shahada, interceding for the human body through zikr, now undergoes a paradigm shift that intrigues the great elect. Mawlaya Shaykh Ahmad Tijani Sharif, the eminent master of spiritual education, unveiled this secret. The perpetrator of such false claims will see his faith vanish at the most crucial moment of his life, when he needs it most. All the great elect of heaven attest that this wretched claimant will not die as a believer. Moreover, just as a newborn requires parental protection and care, the soul, despite its spiritual power, desperately needs preservation from the body. However, spiritual demands are not comparable to those of an infant. A child receives unconditional parental care, whereas the body must strive to align with the soul's luminous aspirations. Yet, the soul remains an active entity that prays for and spiritually strengthens the human body. In return, the soul protects the body that hosts it, an unimaginable grace. What the soul asks of the body is far from an impossible demand. It is naturally attainable. The soul calls to the body, saying, "If you wish to protect me, follow the path of guidance by joining a community of light." Its desire is to dwell within a body aligned with its creator. A person who replenishes it daily with divine light by being part of a right-guided community. That is all it seeks. After this call, the soul awaits the body's response. Furthermore, Mawlana Shaykh Ahmad Tijani continues his teachings by mentioning another misconduct capable of destroying the soul.